Good morning, welcome to a morning review on Wednesday the 26th of November. This is Kim Watson speaking for Easy Trader. Okay, looking at the euro dollar first, and as you see yesterday we finally managed to break up above the previous day's highs, and we've put ourselves in what's effectively a relatively bullish position on the dailies. There's a bit of a pivot swing going on there. Now, a break of yesterday's highs could see us pushing up higher and even further, and seeing a continuation of this move. What we've seen here, let me just bring the pen into play. What we've got here, there's a pivot swing, as I say, on the dailies there, but we do have some resistance in the form of the near-term 21 and the upper bands, if they may come back into play. But if we can break, we're just on the daily 8 at the moment. If we can break through this level, and then it's sort of an open space above us for a while. There are other levels of resistance we may come into, short-term resistance into the middies, but then we're pretty much open to the 125.77 sort of area. So there is a chance of 7577 area. Actually, this 125.75 is the 34 MA, which may come back into play. So it is working back into the right sort of direction there for further upside. Looking at the hourlies, oops, there we go. Looking at the hourlies here, you can see we just need to refresh this. There we go. We do have the daily pivot below us, so there's a chance for that just to be hit before we continue to the upside. So a test of that pivot may be on the cards in the near term. You can see it's quite a horizontal. There's a bit of a sort of a horizontal channel going on there at the moment, and a break of the lows there could just see us come back, test that pivot. Now if it runs through the pivot, well, we've already tested the 50 on the opposite side there, so that's a weaker move, and then things start changing a little bit. A break below this trend line I've got on here, and I'm really going to be looking for shorts, whilst there may be a short opportunity down to that pivot. There I need to wait and see if we get a decent bounce from that. We could be breaking through these highs which we're sitting at, so and that could be a bigger move in the current sort of situation. We are putting in high lows, high highs on this sort of hourly basis. So at the moment, looking bullish once we've touched that daily pivot there. Cable, the pound dollar. Bigger picture here. Again, the consolidation continues. We've once again come back towards those prior highs there, and had quite a reaction off those yesterday. It's now pushing up once more. So again, much like the euro, it's got the potential to push up if it can get beyond that sort of level. Looking at the shorter time frames here, and we've already hit the daily pivot. It's taken a bounce from that sort of region. It's whether or not it can get past these prior highs that we're seeing here, and then if it can push through this move again, it's whether it can get through yesterday's high. If it gets towards yesterday's highs, I would imagine there may be some fading, some shorting going on at that sort of level, so be careful. We'll be looking to buy into at that point, and it may be, if there's opportunities earlier this morning, I may look on the long side on cable, and trade it from there. Now there is always the downside risk with cable, and we have the GDP figures out this morning. A break of this lower trend would probably have me sit neutral for a while, and then maybe even if it gets below the 50, I'll be hourly 50. I'd be looking on the short side. But news-wise, we've got the GDP second estimate coming out at 9:30. This rarely creates much excitement, because we very rarely see any change. Later on in the afternoon, we've got the US core durable goods figures coming out. Now we saw about a 25 pip move last time. We're seeing more volatility on a lot of US news at the moment, so I would expect probably, as I say, higher volatility at 1:30. But remember, today's wrap-up day before it's Thanksgiving tomorrow, so there may be some people that fly off early, and it could be a quiet later session in the afternoon. Okay, that's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.